shot while responding to a call for service. He succumbed to his injuries, leaves behind a wife and 3 children. The entire Republic FC organization offers our deepest condolences to the Ishmael family and the El Dorado Hills Sheriff's Department. At this time, we honor his life and service to our community with a moment of silence. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now please rise, remove your hats, and welcome Republic MC ticket members as they present our nation's colors. And to perform the national anthem, please welcome Young Rhythm.
The delivery towards the back post, the header is into the penalty area.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
special day after the hard work of so many, especially including you. But that was not the end goal.
And welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park, the play-in round. Number 7 seed, Sacramento Republic, 10th seed, New Mexico United. Consolidated Communications brings us this matchup. We begin with Cameron Iwasa for a 2nd straight season, leads the team in goals scored, 16 on the year, 6 assists. He's been dynamic. He's been even better with Topanese Olsen here on the squad.
Yeah, I think he's fully established himself as the striker for Sacramento Republic, and there's no doubt about it that he's the guy that Sacramento needs to lean upon to get some goals.
Well, it won't come easy for the defense here for Republic as they look at Devin Sandoval, an Albuquerque native, a 28-year-old, big-time MLS player for a couple of seasons. Now he's making a home back in his hometown, 12 goals, 3 assists.
Yeah, New Mexico native, played over in Salt Lake for a few years. Is one of those strikers, big body. You're going to come away after the match, the center backs are, with a bunch of knocks and bruises because he's a guy that doesn't quit on any play and makes nights difficult for back four.
Jiffy Lube Multi-Care starting 11. Sacramento, a couple of changes. Interesting enough, Billy and Bijev Kevin Aliman and Sam Warner not in. Does that surprise you?
A little bit of surprise there. You know, Simon and his staff have been kind of rotating those wingers for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And tonight, this is what Simon feels is going to give him the best chance to win with Kevin Aliman and William Bijev on the outside. Very interested to not see Sam Warner.
And for New Mexico United, Santi Moore, no Kevon Frater because he had a suspension. Maybe it seems that Troy Lassane did not feel like he should be in the lineup. So you're going to have Moore and Sandoval up top.
Yeah, you know, after the tough run of form that New Mexico's had over the last 5 games, come out and get a win on their last game last Saturday with this lineup. So maybe he's thinking if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But still, very surprising not to see Kevon Frater not in the lineup here because he's an absolute thoroughbred for New Mexico and something that's really difficult for defensive units to deal with.
Well, we are about to get started here from Papa Murphy's Park. The play-in round means these two teams will head on the road for Saturday's match. If Sacramento's proven successful, they will take on Reno 1868. And if it's New Mexico United, they'll take on Phoenix Rising. The whistle blows by Elton Garcia, and here we go from Papa Murphy's Park. Already early on moving, Santi Moore just outside the 18, working back on Dekel Kanan, leads it for Sandoval, and it's deflected in. Already an opening goal in the first minute of play here at Papa Murphy's Park. Defense breaks down, Kevin, all kinds of trouble, and the visitors score first.
Oh my God. Absolute horrendous way to start this must-win playoff game, and it comes from, we just talked about Devin Sandoval, how difficult he is, and he does not give up on any play. There's a great example of what he does right there. He wins that header, flicks on his teammate Santi Moore, and Santi Moore drives in, and Devin Sandoval continues his run, and no one follows him. And then when no one's following him, he gets the ball and has an easy little side foot. Look at this little run. Santi Moore, Devin Sandoval is the one that's working hard to get his body in the box. Kevin Aliman not tracking his runner, and I can't say, I mean, it's just an absolute howler of a mistake, unfortunately, for Mitchell Tainer, as that ball is dribbling into the hands of the goalkeeper, Bobby Shuttleworth, and just a comedy of errors right there for Sacramento to start in the first 15 minutes.
So it may go as an own goal, but nonetheless, it's Devin Sandoval who's able to get the foot on it, on target, and it's 1-0 United here on the road. A devastating start for Sacramento, who struggled the last 2, falling here at home and then on the road to the Real Monarchs. Kevin, now they've got to dig themselves out of a big hole.
Yeah, I mean, I try to think optimistically, and this is going to be a big character check for Sacramento here. You know, you give a goal in the first 10 seconds of this match. Absolute horrendous start. Optimistically thinking, I hope that these guys can turn this around and think that, you know, we got 89 and a half minutes to go out here of regular time to go and equalize things and put pressure on New Mexico. And let's see how they respond here in the next 5 minutes. But, man, I tell you what, absolutely horrendous way to start this year's playoff run.
Well, the back line, along with Bobby Shuttleworth, have had their struggles the last 3 weeks. They've allowed at least 2 goals per match. It's maybe these two. Iwasa and Volton to get them back on. A little hold from Tate. And Iwasa is able to keep possession, however.
You know, and a really really uncharacteristic mistake by Mitchell Tainer. Been pretty rock solid all season. Been rock solid for the last 2 seasons for that matter. Just absolutely terrible timing for that mistake.
The Prairie. Eni Volton, quick touch, plays it in space, and it's played back to Cody Mizell. 1.63 goals against on the season. He's had some trouble. Here's a team, Kevin. This is a guy who's seen a lot of balls get behind him, so not only do you have a rough start, but at least you're going against a team that has allowed quite a few goals this season. And if you look at their goal differential, just 2. So not great for New Mexico, so going to be opportunities to be had.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to score goals, but they're also going to concede goals. So let's see how, like I said, what sort of mentality does Sacramento have? Are they going to have a never say die attitude? Or are they going to roll over?
We're tuning in late. The opening kick from New Mexico United on the left flank. Working way in with Santi Moore, played it to Devin Sandoval, and then essentially off the foot of Mitchell Tainer.
It's got to be scored an own goal, in my opinion. That ball is rolling right into the hands. I mean, literally bouncing into the hands of Shuttleworth. Just all it takes is, you know, a quarter of a second, mental mistake. Climbing up a mountain here in the first half.
Here's Juan Barrono. Haven't seen him in a couple weeks. Did not play against the Real Monarchs on the road. was with international duty with El Salvador. Men's national team did make 2 starts. What does he bring to you here on this left side?
I think he brings a little bit of consistency to that left side. Does a good job defensively and also is able to get up in the, into the attack on that left side nicely. Serves balls in the box. Probably doesn't do as much as I'd like, but is a good presence defensively for Sacramento. You see him right here involved in that attacking third now.
Ball flip to Kanan.
Tackles another interesting decision by Simon Elliott tonight.
Aliman Skondrich leaving for Eni Volton. Little quick tap trying to get Aliman to break free inside the 18. Eni Volton's had a lot of room to work in the middle part of the pitch here. Aliman comes back for it. Sacramento looking to keep possession here. Now this Republic side did go into Albuquerque at a time when this New Mexico side was near the top of the standings and put a hurt 3-0, the first home loss in club history for the United, and really sent this team a little bit of a tailspin until they came back here, and the United won here at Papa Murphy's Park 2-1 the last time these two sides met. But it did take a wonder goal from Daniel Bruce in the 89th minute to secure the 3 points for the United. So these two teams have played a bit even in that last match, but it's been Sacramento who played better. Here's now a chance for Bijan moving forward, has a chance to cut in, being held for a moment, plays it to Aliman, maybe too many touches, a swing from Iwasa, and Cody Mizell is able to scoop it up in a 6.
A really good opportunity for Sacramento right there. Love how they've responded, by the way, here in the last 5 minutes since they conceded that goal, but still would have liked to see Bijev get a touch, have something, put it on target, challenge Mizell. Right here, gets a good touch in, elects for the distribution to Kevin Aliman. That's a tough ball for Kevin Aliman to try to deal with.
Republic moving forward. Aliman has Iwasa to his left as well as Eni Volton. Elects to go to Skundrich to his right. Hard driven ball in, easily headed for United. And this is out of play in the throw for Sacramento. This Republic team, Kevin, we saw a week ago on the road in Salt Lake City. Really the better team for the first 30 minutes. You talked about missed opportunities, not able to put it when they in the back of the net when they needed to. Now here's a chance. The opportunities are going to come, but can they convert?
Rob, they're probably the better team for the first 44 minutes, to be honest. Concede late in the first half. In the second half was just a different story. Salt Lake came out, whatever the Olave, the manager, said at halftime, whatever he said was different than what Simon said. Different team came out in the second half. Salt Lake, the Monarchs, and put a hurting on Sacramento in the second half.
Jalen Ryden got that ball back after his initial header went off the crossbar and it came back in. It was 1-0 in the 45th minute, right before they went to the locker room. So how does Sacramento then bounce back from that defeat on the road? Here you are getting a chance at home, already down a goal. You found yourself now down quite a few goals, conceding now 5 in a row without a goal scored. Who's the leader on this pitch that needs to get this team in the right place at the right time?
It's your goal scorer. It's going to be Cam Wasa's got to step up. You know, look down the spine too. Is it going to be Villarreal? Is he going to be the guy that's going to step up? Still younger player, but a lot of experience, a lot of games under his belt. And then also in the back, you got a guy like Declan Kanan. You know, looks like he's a drill sergeant back there. Who's going to be the one is a great question, but you got to lean on those 3 guys, in my opinion. Look down the spine of the field and see if these guys, how their mannerisms are, how they're communicating, how they're talking, what the body language looks like.
Sacramento's own possession so far. Only one opportunity for United. They make good on it. The opening kick here. If you just miss those first 30 seconds of action, it was Santi Moore giving Sandoval a look. And Sandoval put it off the foot as Mitchell Tainter tried to send it back, maybe even send it away.
Good work there by Skundrich.
UC Davis Health injury report. Add and follow UC Davis Health at Twitter and Instagram at UC Davis Health. Of course, Shannon Gomez still out for the Sacramento Republic side. And for New Mexico United, they're looking pretty healthy. Their main guys are in. Bijev comes crashing down into Tete.
Bit of a push there, in my opinion, from Guzman.
Taking us a little bit of time, but there's been a lot of action, Kevin. Let's get your Chevy keys to the match while we have a moment.
Chevy keys to the match here. We're going to go through these. Obviously, some are going to be answered quickly already. So first is going to be set pieces. Sacramento's got to figure out a way to win the set piece battle here tonight.
Which they did a lot better down in New Mexico. Part of the reason they won that game 3-0 was set pieces.
Yeah, so set pieces tonight, come out, win that battle, don't concede, and then when you do get them, take advantage of those opportunities and really focus on them. Next is going to be win second balls. I think it's vital for Sacramento that the Drew Skundriches, the Jaime Villarreals, your center backs, pick up second balls as much as possible. And when people are doing that, I think it just shows the work rate and the energy of the team, which typically leads to good things. And then finally, start the half well and finish the half well. We're 0 for 1 on that aspect here with not starting great, conceding a goal in the first 10 seconds. Clearly not ideal. But hey, there's an opportunity here to go out and finish this half strong. Go out and get a goal. If you get a goal, it's a completely different game. Don't pout. I like the mannerisms. I like the body language I'm seeing from these guys, and a good response here after conceding really early.
Chevy's Keys brought to you by Greater Sacramento Area Chevy Dealers. Aleman. Good possession so far for Sacramento. Skundrich. Crowd likes that. Aleman whipping this ball in. Here's a chance for Cam. Just sailed behind him. Skundrich trying to keep it in play. Innie Voltson. And it's back to Cam. Republic moving the ball quite quickly, Kevin, which I know is something you have harped on for several weeks. Manny Padilla on the right side out of Compton, California. He's been integral. 7 assists from that right back position for Troy Lessane's side. Mistake from Skundrich.
Yeah, don't dwell on the ball. You got to move it. Sometimes you find yourself, you just dribble into pressure. Just get the ball off your foot and go get it back from somebody in those situations.
David Estrada, likely to throw in, the former Republic player for a bit of a time in 2015, made 18 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists. Sounders 2 a season ago. He started as a player coach, but given more of an opportunity to be a full-time player, and took that here with New Mexico. Moore moving in, the Spaniard looking for some room. Has way into his left. He's going to angle right to his favorite spot. Lays it front again. Here's a chance, cleaned up for Guzman. He'll play it right. Ball served in. Here's a chance. It's swept away. It's still an opportunity for United, and Bobby Shuttleworth able to grab it. Another nervous moment for Sacramento fans.
That's a really good job by Shuttleworth, and a good distribution right there as well. But it looks like that ball served back to the back post. David Estrada does a great job to get up. He's challenged by Declan Kanan. He's able to win the header, actually put a good amount of force behind it. Lucky for Sacramento, you got Shuttleworth, right place, right time, makes a good save.
Barona looking for Iwasa, and the ball will fly through the defense and out for a goal kick.
Looks like Iwasa's looking for a back post run right there. Trying to take Justin Schmidt with him. Take another look here. It's a good ball in the box by Manny Padilla. Yeah, David Estrada just peeling off up against Jordan McCreary. And a good save, really. Good battle, good save. Really good effort there by David Estrada, by the way. He's got a bunch of bodies around him.
And then look at Mitchell Tainer to hold off Sandoval.
Yeah, good screen.
So 1-0 United. 46 points, 11, 10, and 13. 10th place. Snuck in United as they needed a win against Las Vegas. They got that. It was a 2-0 defeat. And they were able to jump past San Antonio. In the final hours of the regular season, a late foul is whistled by Elton Garcia. Set up a free kick for Sacramento.
It's good work there by Barahona, showing his skill. Bit of a late challenge against Manny Padilla.
And it's interesting because United may not even be here if it wasn't for the switchbacks who overcame a 2-goal deficit with a man down, still able to win. Here's Cameron Iwasa. A little bit of a miss hit. And it's going to be United ball. And so they came back to draw with San Antonio. So San Antonio needed to pick up the win, and they would have been here against the Republic But instead, United able to fight their way in after being one of the best teams in the first half of the season, the USL West. Look at this move from Villarreal, does it again. Here's a chance for Iwasa, and it's cleared away by Josh Suggs. What a move from Jaime Villarreal, the Southern California native. Juan Matarona's gonna give it a ride into the gut of Cody Mizell. Minutes in, what have you seen from Sacramento that you do like already?
Tell you what, they responded well. They're pushing, they're driving. See a nice piece of skill here from the holy midfielder Villarreal. Just can't connect with Cam Iwasa, but I think they responded really well, Rob. Here we are, 15 minutes in. I wanted to see what they would do 5 minutes after they conceded, and I think they've done a great job. They're really taking the game to New Mexico, moving the ball quickly in the final third, finding gaps like this. Edie Bolton, why are you letting them play?
Garcia blowing his whistle, stopping plays.
But that little gap that we just see from Edie Bolton, I think Cam's gotten there a few times. Skundrich has gotten there a few times as well. If they can find the ball, if Sacramento can find people in that little gap, typically they're pretty dangerous, especially when they start combining Edie Boltons and the Iwasas. But ultimately, I think they've done a great job. They're moving the ball quickly, and does not look like that goal has affected them too negatively here so far.
United applying a little bit of pressure as Chris Wean now. Applying pressure on Tainter and Kanan. Now comes Sandoval.
They're playing a high line too, Rob. There's chances for that delayed run from your midfielders. Kevin Olliman's already asking for it.
Here comes the pressure from Iwasa now. Mizell to get it away.
So look for those delayed runs, meaning from typically your midfielders, your Skundriches, your Bijevs, and Kevin Olliman's coming in from the angles, coming in from the wide areas on an angle.
Crowd loving the effort from Edie Bolton as well as Declan Kanan, the right decision to switch the field. There is room in that midfield. We've already seen it in his first 15 minutes or so.
Too many touches.
Olliman with a step, has Edie Bolton in front of him. Flag goes up, offside.
There's one too many touches there, in my opinion. And Kevin knows it. All good, decent ball out wide. Does a good job trying to come in on the left foot. Got to find a way to have a strike. Good effort.
Sacramento in the year 8-5-4 here at Papa Murphy's Park. Finished the season 14-14-6, 48 points. Went as high as 4th place during the year. And it looked like a couple weeks ago that a home match on Saturday, which typically would have been, was in play. And last couple of games slipping a little bit, other teams moving up.
Look at Sandoval, always battling, man. I hated playing against guys like that. On every ball in the air, just makes the night so much longer, Rob. It's been a long night for 2 center backs. Good ball movement, well done.
Four Republic players making a run off the chest of Bijev to Tay off the field.
I don't think Bijev's ready for that ball, Rob. That surprised him. Not a situation when you be in attacking position. You don't want that ball to surprise you. Good ball movement still.
Looking to squeak through Cam. He's onside. It's played by Mizell.
Great job. Well done by Sacramento. Good ball movement. They're still moving forward here, Rob.
Barona back. Now to Bijev. Trying to find a little bit of space. May have picked up a corner kick instead, and he does. It's the Smile Generations corner kick, the first of the evening. It comes in the 18th minute for Sacramento.
Good work all around from Sacramento. Great ball in behind. And see, that's the high line. When you have a high line like that, like New Mexico does, those opportunities are open. Great ball by Bijev. Good first touch by Cam Iwasa. Gets his head up, has a strike, and a good save by Cody Mizell. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Mizell with just 4 shutouts on the year. Would be an outswinger looking for Tainter. Now it's Kanan with a high pick. Now it's a chance for Sacramento, and Mizell just in the right place at the right time, and it keeps it 1-0.
Oh, and he Bolton's close too. Really fortunate for New Mexico. But these are the moments now, Rob. You've got some momentum, you've got some energy. How can Sacramento figure out, I guess we can have a look at this, but how can Sacramento figure out a way to capitalize on this? I think this has happened a few times this season where they played really, really well at times, and have not rewarded themselves for their efforts.
We saw 3 good chances against Real Monarchs just a
Three
week ago.
great chances.
Saturday.
Bijev had a great chance. Innie Voltson, very uncharacteristic miss right on the penalty spot. But really, now how can Sacramento keep the foot on the gas, keep moving the ball quickly? They're doing a great job of ball movement, 1- and 2-touch soccer. Go reward yourself now.
A little flick from McCrary, and it's out of play. Republic led by Simon Elliott in his 2nd season, the New Zealand national. Meanwhile, Troy Lassane, his 1st season as a head coach, was an assistant with Charlotte last couple of seasons. Both teams with just 1 win in their last 5 appearances. We talked about New Mexico needed a victory and some help on Saturday to play in this play-in round. Meanwhile, Sacramento had locked it in a couple of weeks ago, and we're fighting for playoff position. About the most possession we've seen from New Mexico this evening. It's been all Sacramento moving forward, but the 1 goal belongs to the visitors.
Good ball.
Republic combining well. Aliman, trouble coming. The left back all the way into the middle of the pitch for Josh Suggs. Santi Moore finding Sandoval, runs over McCrary. McCrary won't get the call, pleading for it. And Skundrick will be whistled as David Estrada hits the deck.
Get on with it, get on with it. Don't start spending your energy talking to the referee. Skundrick's just too anxious.
Well, Troy Lassane wanting a bit of an explanation from Elton Garcia.
More of a conversation with Elton, telling things to calm down.
Well, Major League Soccer is coming to Sacramento. Deposits are now being taken. Place your $50 deposits today. Secure your place in history and save a seat at the rail yards. MLS to sac.com. McCrary selling out. And a foul coming in late. A whistle comes in late, I should say. Elton Garcia is joined by Chris Elliott, Salma Perez, and the 4th official is Michael Radchuk. It's been fairly calm between these 2 sides, but what we saw a little bit more than a week ago now was a chippy match that turned a bit ugly as Republic fell 3-2. Looked to bounce back against Real Monarchs, couldn't do it. Now here they are in the 7th position. Down a goal, trying to move on to play Reno on Saturday in Nevada. McCrary still down, a whistle and a talking to, maybe a warning from Elton Garcia to Sandoval. He's saying that's enough.
Again, I'm telling you, Sandoval is just a beast to play against, man. He's that type of striker that's that little knock, you know, he's not going to get a card for that, but I tell you what, Jordan McCrary is going to feel that tonight. And that's one of probably a dozen that each of these back 4 players are going to feel probably from Sandoval alone. Reminds me of Josh Leonard, for those of you familiar with the old Earthquakes player. Just a little knee right in the calf.
This is playoff soccer, right? And it's going to be like this for the rest of the evening. How can Sacramento a little hurt on United here? Deco will find Barona. Quick touch, up to Bijev. Bijev with a nice step. He'll be out of play, goal kick. Interesting when we talk about New Mexico, Kevin. You know, 6-1-7 when the Republic first went down to Albuquerque. And after that 3-0 victory by Sacramento, you know, the club was, United were scoring 2 goals a game. We're at 25 points after 14 contests. since that time, it really started to fall apart for United. Since June 8th, they went 5, 9, and 6 the rest of the way, just 21 points, 24 goals. That's an entire goal less a game, 1.2 from what was 2.2 earlier in the season.
No, it's crazy. We talked about Sacramento this season kind of being Jekyll and Hyde. And more Jekyll and Hyde through the course of one game to the next. But New Mexico was Jekyll and Hyde from, you know, the first half to the second half of the season. Came out absolutely guns blazing. Got the whole city rallied behind him. And second half of the season, the magic kind of worn off a little bit. Goals weren't going in the back of the net nearly the rate that they were before. Didn't really finish the season very strong. Won the one game they needed to win and got enough points in that first run to kind of give them a little bit of buffer zone.
And you look at the roster, I mean, with Santi Moore, Devin Sandoval, Chris Wien, and even Kevon Frater's on the bench.
Frater, I mean, yeah, and then you got, you know, David Estrada as well. You got guys that are Chris Wien, another guy. These guys, I mean, strong, potent offense that just, you know, slowed down quite a bit. But new season now, right? It's a new season.
And they have the game's first goal. Likely going as an own goal on Mitchell Tainter, but Devin Sandoval putting a strike on target. Little miscommunication. And for a second game in a row, miscommunication between the back line and the goalkeeper Bobby Shuttleworth has resulted in a goal. As Barrona is just run over by David Estrada.
Keep the pace of the game going if you're Sacramento. New Mexico, if I'm them, I'm wanting to slow things down, get Sacramento out of the rhythm. Sacramento's got to figure out a way to keep the pace of this game up.
Bijev looking to shield against Padilla. Cannot keep it in play. Will be another throw for United. A registration open for Republic FC School Break Clinic on November 11th. Experience the fun and professional environment of top-notch soccer while learning individual skills and techniques. SacRepublicFC.com.
Sandoval again, man. You know, if you're Tainter or Deckel, you can't get roped into his style of play. He wants to battle you, wants to go shoulder to shoulder. Got to figure out a way to kind of outsmart him. And
I like this swarming pressure from Sacramento. Sam looking for Eli. Oh, and he tried to just play it up over the top. Cam Mawasa going for goal. It's what he's there for. It'll be a corner kick for Sacramento, their second of the evening.
Great turn right there from Cam. Decent strike deflection out for a corner kick. Take a look at this turn, by the way. Good step by Barahona. Good ball in Indy Voltson. Bit of luck for Cam.
Back post, and it'll sail away, and Indy Voltson has to keep it in. Attempted to. Sacramento a year ago, finishing in second place. Hosted a first-round match here at Papa Murphy's Park. It was not successful. And it's been a bit troublesome for Sacramento, Kevin. I mean, we obviously know about 2014 and the USL Championship there, but falling at home to LA Galaxy 2, Orange County, that was when they were the first seed, and of course then last year to Swope Park in the opening game of the postseason. And it's hard to point to any one thing. We've had different coaches, different players. Really, the only thing that's remained the same is the field and the fans.
Yeah, not your best, you know, ratios, percentages for wins in the playoffs over the last few years. But you're right. I mean, there's been a few different coaches between the Preki days and today.
And the one victory since the 2014 championship was in Salt Lake City against the Real Monarchs as the 8th seed and go on to win
on the road.
On the road.
That was the year that Salt Lake, the Monarchs, were really, really good and ran away with in the Western Conference.
They had locked it up, I think, a month before. And then Sacramento came to penalties and ends up with a victory. They would fall to Swill Park in the next round. Giving chase, Suggs.
It's well defended by Suggs.
Goal kick for United. As a player, those type of things in the back of your mind, and most of these guys haven't been here, but you do have a Cam Iwasa who's been around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they're going to be giving that too much weight as they're prepping for these games.
Decent job by Declan Cannon to get out of play. Santi Moore, Bethlehem Steel last 2 seasons. 6 goals each of the years. Best year as professional again with the United this year with 11 goals and 5 assists. And quite a dynamic player on that left side. He was the USL Championship Player of the Month for the month of March. Skundrich. Aliman back to Skundrich.
Drew, get your head up.
Guzman. That holding midfielder does a lot of the dirty work for this United squad.
Skundrich is a bit slow to get up here. He's all right. Just that pressure coming right over his shoulder. Like to see him just get a little peek over his left shoulder.
He's hobbling just a little bit. Suggs maybe in a little bit of trouble. Here comes Eni Voltson to apply pressure. The release to Moore. Moore flying down this left flank. Someone needs to cut him off, selling out. Villarreal is what he's in the game for. Well done by the former Galaxy 2-star. McCrary puts Hamilton down on the deck, now tries to weed it through. Hamilton got crossed up, and the crowd loved it. Back to Hamilton. Villarreal again.
What he's in there to do.
Well, and last week maybe watching a little bit of tape, how easy was it for the Real Monarchs in that second half to get in deep into that final third. That point of attack was not very good for Sacramento.
Jordan showing some good little cut. Sam Hamilton losing his footing.
Juan Guzman, the 31-year-old Colombian, to take the free kick. Wien. To Suggs, the left back. Taken away by McCrary. Jaime Villarreal looking really good in this first 30-plus minutes.
Smart play between the two guys, Jordan McCrary and Jaime Villarreal. Good communication.
And Jaime was lost for the season after hurting his foot on a strike just outside the box against LA Galaxy 2 in mid-August, and it was a pretty big blow to this Republic side to lose a player who was really starting to figure it out and play his best soccer as a member of the Republic. And this year, thankfully for Simon Elliott and company, he's been healthy. Now Aliman putting on a little bit of display, trying to beat Suggs, and he does. He's got out Eni Voltson, now Iwasa, and now he's going to find Eni Voltson. Brings it down. Into the 18, too far, too much.
Oh, he got in the corner.
And they're going to get a corner.
I disagree, but still, what a great play by Kevin Aliman. Great job. A lot of energy to get himself in that position. Finally gets through and has still the ability, the concentration to find Eni Voltson and a great little run. Take a look at this. Some great footwork coming out of here, and then the explosion, the pace to get in behind Josh Suggs, and then a great little pullback and a good run by Eni Voltson. Eni Voltson's able to win the corner kick for Sacramento. Let's get a good ball in here now.
Aliman, hard-driven ball, crashing Deckel. And United able to get ahead on it.
Yeah, good balls, good ball in, decent runs.
Barona right back to Cam.
What a ball.
Looking for a chance. It's right through the legs of Skundrich. And Tainer sends it nearly into the river.
Oh, my God.
That was
Again, there's opportunities they're creating. You got Drew Skundrich, a great delayed run off of Cam Iwasa. and you got a free ball on the 6-yard box. Takes a little short swing, just a little momentary lapse of concentration again.
But how about Barona serving that ball in, Kevin? It was a risk willing to take, and Cam showing his athleticism, getting up there.
Yeah, it shows athleticism and also his creativity there. Just nods it down right in the path of Drew Skundrich. And then not really Drew Skundrich's strong suit, in my opinion, is finishing. But still, got to make contact with the ball. Test that goalkeeper, try to get lucky. Good things happen when you put the ball on target, Rob.
Well, and we've talked about finding target all season long. And when you look at the numbers, Kevin, it's dismal for the Republic. Just 40% of balls shot that are not saved find target. Just 40%. That's the second worst in all the USL Championship. Here's Eni Voltson. Can he break it through? Oh, it's off the bar. Unbelievable. Republic fans can't believe it.
That looked odd from Eni Voltson. A great first touch. I'm not sure. They got someone down. Looks like Bijev on that far side again. Not even sure how Eni Voltson ends up striking this ball. What decision is inside of the foot? Looks like he almost hits it with the bottom of his boot. And a good save by Cody Mizell off the post.
Couple of threats from Republic and nothing to show for it. Still United with a 1-0 lead.
Take a look at this. This is a caution given to Chris Wien. Great touch right here. Just an odd strike. Looks like the out with his left foot here. Great first touch, by the way. Love this first touch. Just doesn't get enough on it. Eni Voltson.
McCrary has room.
And just really unlucky for Sacramento again. Good job by Eni Voltson. I love that first touch. Not his best strike, but puts it on target.
Kevin, if you didn't look at the score right now, you'd pretty make a strong case. Sacramento has been the better team.
100% they've been the better team.
But the way things fell in that first minute, it's the visitors with the advantage. Can Sacramento make one of these chances turns to goal? Wien, good piece of footwork to Sandoval, trying to connect with Moore on that left side. Deckel is there. Cam is all the way back.
Careful dribbling yourself into pressure. Love that ball.
Eni Voltson, he wants it back. Aliman. Aliman again. Little give and go. Here's a chance for Villarreal. Back to Aliman. Squirts through. Easy save for Cody Mizell.
A lot of good things happening for Sacramento. They just got to stay confident, Rob. Stay confident. Keep doing what you're doing. Great little combination play between Villarreal and Kevin Aliman. Kevin Aliman's looked absolutely fantastic this first 35 minutes so far. But keep doing what you're doing. Taking a look at this. Great little combination play. Linking up. Little 1-2 touch. 1-2. Just a little bit too little too late on the strike.
In stride, Bijev. Behind Eni Voltson.
All good. Keep going. Just stay confident. Odd foul. Stay confident here. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't get discouraged and be patient.
Justin Schmidt, the former Republic stand-up, former Real Monarch as well. Joined this club in the center back position for Troy Lessane's side. And he committed the foul in the box that set up a penalty kick for Cameron Iwasa down at Isotopes Park. And that was the first goal of 3. And Iwasa with a brace that night in early June. And a foul is called on Kevin Aliman. A little bit of a high boot to the gut of Sandoval. No caution being shown.
Just enough of a push there, enough of the touch by Sandoval.
Sandoval, Moore. Out of play, goal kick for Bobby Shuttleworth. 1.42 goals against on the year, a 5-5-2 record. 17 goals allowed. And Shuttleworth on a loan officially from Minnesota United, who exited in the first round of the playoffs against the LA Galaxy at home. Starting to slow down. That's going to favor New Mexico, Kevin. How does Republic ratchet up the pace again?
There's going to be moments in the game where there's going to, New Mexico's going to grab the ball for a couple minutes, but still just keep the pace going. When you have the ball, you have the ability to keep things moving quickly, take advantage of opportunities. Don't let New Mexico control the ball long. Don't let them, dictate the pace of the game. Just keep dictating as best you can.
Santi Moore has left back Suggs. Suggs looking for some help. Now he's left alone. McCrary, a little bit of a mistake, and it's Sam Hamilton who now applies the pressure after the miss. Bijeb.
Great touch.
Turning upfield, Eni Voltsen.
Good ball.
Justin,
get it going. Now's where you keep the pace up.
A lot of quick touches from Sacramento. It's proven to give them a couple of chances. Can they convert one of these? Here's Jaime V, or excuse me, that's Kevin Aliman.
I don't mind that. I think Skundrich might have threw him off a little bit. But why not? I think he's had such a good half, Kevin Aliman, so far. Have a go.
Kevin Aliman, 3 assists on the year, injured for most of 2018. And we've heard a lot about what he can do, and I think really this last month and now into this evening, we're finally seeing the potential and skill level of Kevin Aliman. That's been on display tonight. Republic will need him if they want to move on to Reno on Saturday.
So you can't battle Sandoval. He needs to get up. He's okay. You can't battle Sandoval strength for strength. You're going to lose that battle every time. Deckel, specifically Deckel and Mitchell Tanner, they got to figure out a way. And this is what I mentioned earlier. You got to be smarter than him. Don't battle him shoulder to shoulder on every ball. You got to take a step off of him. And as that ball's coming in, you got to use your momentum to get up higher and to get above him before he's able to get up. So that's a jumping first. So don't get body to body with him here. Stay off of him. And as that ball's coming, use your momentum, because he's standing still. If you have your momentum, you're going to be able to get a little bit higher of a jump.
And talking a little bit of a knock as Declan King will step over it. The road to the 2019 USL Championship finale continues Saturday, October 26th, with a full slate of conference quarterfinal games beginning at 3 o'clock Eastern on ESPN+. Of course, you can find the entire schedule on USLChampionship.com, and the playoff action will be on ESPN+. Justin Schmidt, left-footed delivery. Chance for Sacramento. Barona. Bijeb. Turning upfield. A little bit of trouble. Finding Barona just along that touch line. Maybe too many touches there, not enough help. And the whistle comes in. As now David Estrada is on the turf. And Elton Garcia maybe going to his pocket here. And there is a yellow card handed out to Thomas Eni Voltsen and Manny Padilla. So for Padilla, being the right back, he's got to be a bit careful, and he's still fired up. And now Estrada's a bit annoyed at Eni Voltson.
Number 23 from the Sacramento Republic FC, Thomas Eni Voltson.
Probably some talking off the ball.
The yellow card was also issued to number 24 from New Mexico United.
Touching right there. Bit soft.
Maybe Elton Garcia wants to get a hold of this match.
Tell you what, though, you know, New Mexico's already trying to milk the clock, and we're 45 minutes into this game. And they've been doing it for probably the last 10 minutes, Rob. It's going to lead to a very, very long second half for New Mexico, where they're just going to be absolutely ground upon by Sacramento if they continue at this pace. If they do so, there's no way, in my opinion, that New Mexico can last 45 minutes with sitting on their heels.
These 3 extra minutes of
back to
stoppage time
McCrary.
brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra
So
Rewards
3 minutes of
program.
stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards program. Earn points every time you shop Rayleigh's.com. 3 more minutes for Sacramento to even this up before they head to the locker room.
Good step by Barahona. Make it difficult.
There's a deep throw.
Yeah, win the ball back. There you go.
Barahona has been good in his return after a 2-game absent.
There you go. Move the ball.
Turnover by Bijev. Leads it to Guzman, and now United just trying to hold on to possession here for the final couple minutes.
No foul. It's going down way too soft. No way.
He just tripped over his own feet. I don't even know if Bijev got him.
Yeah, Bijev's probably put himself in the wrong position. See, that's the situation right there. Let him go backwards. Go backwards all day. Encourage him to do so. Don't foul.
Sacramento, the 7th seed, New Mexico, the 10th seed, the play-in round here at Papa Murphy's Park. Cody Mizell had a busy first half. It's been quiet for the last 5. Sacramento get one more good look before this whistle blows. Hamilton, little mistake, and Sacramento convert.
Six behind the ball every single time.
Through the middle of traffic, Eni Voltson playing it up top. Here's a chance for Sacramento, crashing to Skundrich. Here's a follow-up, and we are tied at Papa Murphy's Park in the 47th minute. It's been the star of the first half. Kevin Aliman to put it away, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I think they're talking about here. Looks like there's confusion where the ball's in the back of the net. Doesn't matter. Goal scored, no VAR here. There's your equalizer in the 48th minute. Good fight for Sacramento. You concede one early in the first 15 seconds, and you get one in the last 15 seconds.
You said finish halves.
Finish halves.
There's one right there for you.
Didn't start well, finished very well. But good job by Sacramento nonetheless. You get to see New Mexico just dropping 6 behind the ball every single time. And you get a good ball in the box. Eni Voltson does great, just lifts it up. And watch Drew Skundrich's run right here. Drew's run is fantastic and takes everyone away from the ball. And just in the back of the net. You see that save. Cody Mizell trying to pull that ball out of the back of the net. And Kevin Aliman, good job. Right foot, the weaker foot, puts it in the back of the net. Take another look right here. Well, it's close to being all the way over the line. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Rob. 1-1. We got a ball game.
Can't concede. Estrada can strike it among the best. At Sandoval, down in the box they go. Santi Moore into the Tower Bridge Battalion.
Blow the whistles. Get out of here.
And there is the whistle, way to end this half for Sacramento. Kevin Aliman, his first goal this season, and Sacramento is all pumped up here at Papa Murphy's Park. A goal in the first minute, a goal in the final minute of the half. It's going to be a good one here the rest of the way. Halftime stats, highlights, and much, much more coming up after the break. We should have a great 45 minutes on the way. Don't go anywhere. Sacramento Republic FC finally able to put one in the back of the net. 1-1 at the final moment of the first half of play, and we are tied. So you probably have heard, you probably have been around this week in Sacramento. It's been the buzz in the soccer community throughout the country. Republic are finally an MLS expansion team. It's been a long road, but the Indomitable Club certainly living up to its name. Take a look.
This is worth it for all the right reasons. Bringing people together, celebrating Sacramento, all under the same crest.
And their inaugural opener here in the capital city.
Look around you. This is what Indomitable means.
Everybody in the community had rallied around this thing.
The team with a relentless spirit for a city known as the Indomitable City. This championship is yours.
We have come this far because we believe in our fans and we believe in our destiny as an MLS city.
We believe this is the next frontier for Sacramento.
Sacramento is a city with heart, a city that wants more for its people.
This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to have a new major professional sports franchise in our city.
I want to thank the Republic for doing everything that they've done to bring this city to what we expect will be an expansion market very, very soon. Welcome, Minnesota, to Major League Soccer.
Nashville, welcome to Major League Soccer.
Cincinnati, Austin, St. Louis will be the 28th team in Major League Soccer.
This is absolute gut-wrenching for Republic fans after another announcement.
The city continues to wait for its Major League Soccer shot.
Rest assured, we are not going to hesitate or take a breath until we get what the city deserves.
Investor and philanthropist Ron Burko has agreed to become the lead investor in the Sacramento Republic. It's game-changing for the city of Sacramento.
Let me tell you what you already know. Sacramento is without a doubt ready for Major League Soccer.
It's more than just about a sport, it's about community.
The fans are the people who drive this club. They deserve this.
All in favor, please say aye. That's a unanimous vote.
It is my pleasure to welcome Sacramento to Major League Soccer.
The premise of everything was people coming together with the spirit of the underdog and never stopping.
North Texas Soccer Club, Greenville Triumph. Who will be the one? Going for goal, a great save from Zobek. Almaguer going for goal, pushed aside by Jay. Reflecting around, the shot coming, and it's in! The opening goal for North Texas. And there's the final whistle. North Texas Soccer Club, #1 in League One.
Served in. Clever will take his shot. He fires it home. In the ball. Oh, it's excellent finish. Right and in. Box over there. Kuma. Shot. Tries to find Mancelli, who takes it out of the air and forces a brilliant save.
That's a great goal.
Post. Partida puts it in. Big shot. Gonna score.
He's going to take a shot, and Tampakis diving to parry it away.
Backhand finds the head of his man, and Reno has leveled.
Still Saxini. It's a drive, and what a save. cross, and Olsen Smith it. Wehan!
Lambert. Oh, he put it in.
Huge save there from Diego Restrepo.
Just watch this.
Goal, Orange County.
Ropapa with the left foot. That's a spectacular save from Castanera.
Jackson Clark. Birthday wishes going out to Sergio Huerta.
Welcome back to Papa Murphy's Park, a beautiful fall evening in Sacramento. And what a run of play in that first 45 minutes. We'll get to that and more coming up. But first, let's take a look around the league. And it's the Usl News and Notes brought to you by Comcast Xfinity. And on to the next one is a couple of clubs already advanced to the late game here, as Birmingham, Charleston, and Austin all advancing to the quarterfinals on Saturday. And then we have the USL Championship finale, November 17th, 7:30 on ESPN2. Should be a good run. So we know that those teams are moving on. Let's see how they finished up and our out-of-town scores. And how about Austin? They've clawed and fight. They had an opportunity for fourth at one point in time as well. And they take down the Republic's rival, LA Galaxy 2-0. And so they will be moving on as they are the number 9 seed, or excuse me, the number 8 seed. So a couple good teams. So here's how we will shake things up. So as of now, if the United were to win, they would take on the Rising, and then Austin would take on Reno. If Sacramento wins, Sacramento will take on Reno, and Austin will take on the Rising in Phoenix.
Correct.
Correct. Is that right?
That is correct.
I got it all down for you. No more math this time. That's a little bit easier to.
Still confusing with his old brain.
So that's how things will go. And of course, Real Monarchs will take on Orange County, and Fresno will host El Paso Locomotive. So the Western Conference bracket brought to you by Life Storage. And we have one more break coming up, and then we're going to come back, show you the highlights and what has been an exciting first half. We are tied at 1 from Papa Murphy's Park between the 10th and 7th seeds. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Papa Murphy's Park, New Mexico United, Sacramento Republic play-in round here in Sacramento, California. First half highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. We got the whistle right off the bat, trying to get the feel of the game. Well, New Mexico took it right to Sacramento from the opening kick, and Santi Moore made this team play, set it up for Devin Sandoval, and Sandoval hustle, effort, right place, right time, and not great defending. Leaves them open, and they end up giving them the goal.
Yeah, I mean, tragedy struck in the first 15 seconds of this match. Santi Moore does a great job finding Sandoval. Sandoval just outworks Kevin Aliman right here. Not the best strikes, obviously. Just an absolute howler of a mistake. Worst time to do that for Mitchell Tainer. I mean, comedy there, as I said earlier, and that's exactly what it is. But I tell you what, tragedy did strike, and these guys absolutely put their right faces on. And credit to them. And you can another look right here. This is a great save by Shuttleworth off of David Estrada, and a great job by Mitchell Tainer. Probably doing a little bit too much with the upper body, meaning his arms on this, but still, great save, great job by Estrada getting up. Good header on target. And Sacramento kept going.
Two best looks for New Mexico all night, and here was a great save by Cody Mizell's Cameron Iwasa, but Sacramento, the pressure kept coming and coming, and there was plenty of chances, Kevin, as things got in. Look for another chance, this one for Iwasa again.
Andy Bolton, great little touch right here. Awkward finish off the post. Decent save, decent enough touch by Mizell. And then here you go. Love this little turn here. Love the flick. Watch the run by Skundrich. Takes everyone with him and then does just enough. Kevin Aliman does here with the finish with the right foot, the weaker foot, and actually a decent effort there by Cody Mizell to keep that out of the back of the net, but too little too late. Sacramento at the dying moments of that second half, after absolutely peppering, look at that, 13 shots to 3, 6 of them on target to 2 for New Mexico. Took that first half after the tragedy mistake in the first 15 seconds and slowed things down and absolutely took the game to New Mexico. And I tell you what, New Mexico's gonna have to figure something out here because it's gonna be a long 45 minutes if they're gonna be sitting on their heels in the second half.
And first half stats brought to you by Lash Elk Grove Subaru. And we do have one substitution as Salil Muhammad out of Richmond, California, just down the road here in Northern California, replaces Sam Hamilton at the break. Still on the bench for New Mexico, Kevon Frater.
Yeah, interesting substitution, bringing Muhammad in before Kevon Frater. But I tell you what, interesting half. Sam Hamilton, I don't really think did too much. And need a little bit of injection, maybe some energy. New Mexico does here in the second half.
Republic will start and they'll head to the north end of the field. All that's still interesting is most teams come in here and they don't allow the Republic to finish games toward the Tower Bridge Battalion. That's exactly what we have here this evening. Will it work out in the Republic's favor? We'll have to find out. We are tied at 1. Devin Sandoval, the opening goal in the first minute. In the final minute of the first half, it was Kevin Aliman, his first goal of the 2019 campaign, and it comes at the most opportune time. And so both sides here will try to figure things out, and one will break through and move on to the next round, the quarterfinals. If you're New Mexico, Kevin, what is your game plan here?
Well, you're definitely not doing what you did in that first half by sitting back. They got that goal early, and I think immediately, you know, you mentioned earlier too, I think New Mexico typically does like to play that counterattack style soccer. So they typically do sit back, but they had 6 and 7 guys behind the ball every single time Sacramento tried to break. So point being is if New Mexico wants to change things, they cannot sit on their heels and let Sacramento take the game to them. They got to figure out a way to get possession of the ball and play some attacking style soccer to move the ball into that final third and put pressure on Sacramento. Because Sacramento in that first half was just, they controlled the tempo of the game, they controlled the ball, and they had some great ball movement. There wasn't enough pressure on Sacramento, allowing them to pick some passes and kind of dice New Mexico up a few times. They had some 2 or 3 really quality opportunities.
So for Republic, do what you're doing?
I don't change anything. Keep doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It certainly wasn't broken that first half, minus that one mistake. Costly mistake, that is.
And that was really a hustle mistake if you look at it. The way
there's the hustle. I think Aliman's got to do a better job of tracking Sandoval.
And maybe just not
Mitchell Tainer. Yeah, Mitchell Tainer, obviously. I mean, just a very uncharacteristic.
Well, look at this from BJ looking to find Iwasa colliding with Mizell. And it will be a goal kick for Cody Mizell, who took one to the shoulder.
Hey, go off the tracks when the train's coming through. That's Cam Iwasa.
I'll tell you what, you know, Cam is strong. He's athletic. He was a baseball player, and
nice stocky,
he's stocky.
Fit guy, low center of gravity, and you know he's not slowing down on this. I like the effort from Cam. Really not that far off, and Mizell kind of even takes the ball into his path.
You almost let that go if you're Mizell.
Oh man, it's not a very smart play by Mizell. I'll tell you that much.
He's not a youngster, 27 years of age, an All-American in college. Charlotte goalkeeper, full-time starter. And then Troy Lassane got the job in New Mexico, brought him here with the United. And now they're on the road as the number 10 seed taking on the 7 seed Republic. 1-1. Bijev battling. Manny Padilla already has a yellow card. He's got to be careful. And a collision in the midfield, gets back up McCrary, just outside the 18. With a left foot, cross for Bijev, just sailed over his head. And it will be another goal kick. As you can probably hear Ben Gumpert in the background, who never comes up and visit us here, but I guess after Monday, he decided to make the trek all the way up to the press box here. So we appreciate, good seeing you, Ben. Absolutely incredible day on Monday. A lot of fun downtown Sacramento. Sacramento, the 29th MLS expansion franchise. And I'd like to give a great shout out to all those involved. Of course, the new lead investors in Ron Burkle and Matt Alvarez, who have taken this team. Here's a little bit dicey play from Sacramento's Chris Wien applying pressure. And Eni Voltson will look to slow things down, but New Mexico swarming already as this is out of play. But Kevin Nagel, obviously Ben Gumpert, the Chief Operating Officer and President of Republic. So many people doing great work, and what an event it was on Monday, Kevin.
Yeah, and really I think it's kind of a bit of a shot in the arm for the players here too, for that event on Monday to come out and know, what the future holds for Sacramento and for this club. So everything that surrounded the event Monday, I mean, I think that there should be a little bit of bonus here for Sacramento, a little bit more on the line to play for, especially tonight. A little more energy, a little more excitement, hopefully, with these guys. And really, I think minus that first 15 seconds, first half's been fantastic.
I agree with you. Tell you what, I lost my voice Monday evening. It was a little rough yesterday, but a couple cough drops. Get ready for today.
I'll tell you what was rough was Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Bit foggy.
Bit foggy. To the corner of Alimon, who has the lone goal for Sacramento. Ball whipped in. Here's a chance for Eni Voltson, and it's just off the head. But here's Cameron Iwasa now, keeping it alive for Sacramento. Alimon looking to find a little bit of a sliver of space. New Mexico in trouble. Good energy right now for Republic. They move the ball quickly. They're combining well. They seem to be on the same page. McCrary now moving forward into the attack. A little flick on, and it just sailed wide. Good attempt from Drew Skundrich. And we may have a deflection off of Justin Schmidt. And will this be a corner kick or a throw?
On a corner kick here.
On
So it
a
looks like it
corner
probably
kick.
did come off of Justin Schmidt. That's just good pressure and good run by, once again, Drew Skundrich.
I don't know if that came off of
bang bang play.
Yeah, that's quick. Well, Sacramento will take it. Corner kicks brought to you by Smile Generation. 50 minutes in, we are tied at 1. Playing round here. The USL Championship playoffs beginning. 3 teams in the playing round already moving on. Will Sacramento be the 4th? Alimon keeps it on the ground. This could be a dangerous mistake.
Leave it.
Leads it for Barona. Ball popped up. Here's a chance. Put away. Bouncing around. Good defending by New Mexico. Mizell was right there. Ball whipped in again. Sacramento's relentless pressure coming. Can they get one to break through? Iwasa into the corner. Takes a deflection, and we'll see another corner kick for Sacramento.
Again, Sacramento has come out in the second half with no changes, and they're continuing to put the pressure on New Mexico. Exactly what you want to see, considering where they came in and finished that first half.
You've seen Alimon drive a couple of these corners already. Deep back post. What would you like from him here?
Just whip it hard. Find that near post run. Clear the first man. Clear David Estrada.
Eni Voltson lining up outside the 18. Tainer and Kanan dangling in, and some bodies falling down to the box. Barona right back at it.
Not the best ball from Jaime.
Not sure exactly where Villarreal was trying to go. Skundrich and Tainter were both there. And it'll be sent all the way back to Bobby Shuttleworth. Shuttleworth, 185 MLS appearances with New England. And of course, Minnesota as of late. It was picked up after Josh Cohen left for Israel. Bijev had a little bit of trouble with it. Ball bouncing around for both.
Talk. Got to communicate, guys.
Now David Estrada, the former Republic midfielder. David Estrada, one of the top prospects out of California when he was in high school, led the state in scoring. Ended up playing for the Sounders a couple of seasons, first round draft choice, went to UCLA. Quite a story out of the Central Valley. Ball kept along the touchline. Subs now into the attacking third. Sacramento's got a big back. Start to pick up a man. It's Barona. Good defending. A lot of opportunities there being held. McCrary going to play the advantage. Asante Moore does not come with. Ini Voltson, he's got Bijev to his left. One more look over his shoulder, and Ini Voltson upset with himself. He knew he had a great opportunity to find a chance on target for Cody Mizell.
A great ball in from Jordan McCrary. Ini Voltson knows that first touch lets him down big time as he's got on his back shoulder. Really, and Bijev kind of streaking down with him, and a good opportunity for Sacramento to go 2v1.
Whipped around Bijev. Kevin, we haven't seen pressure like this from Sacramento probably since that 4-0 win against Colorado Springs. Prior to that, probably the 3-0 victory over against New Mexico down in Albuquerque.
I think so far it's just been 55 minutes of pretty good quality soccer all around the board from Sacramento. Great steps just like this, and Cam's got a good chance to go here. Have a crack.
Iwasa waiting for a little bit of room, finding Ini Voltson. Back to Iwasa, lets it through. Left-footed strike off the crossbar. Aliman nearly having a brace. Would have been spectacular play from Sacramento. The crowd loves it anyway, just not the result they were hoping for.
See, that's how you want to break. You want to break with pace and speed. Does a great job. Once again, pressure comes from Drew Skundrich in the middle of the park. Turnover by New Mexico, and immediately ball played in Cam Iwasa. Cam goes, finds Ini Voltson. Love this little dummy right here. Right into the path of Kevin Aliman. Kevin Aliman gets his head up, tries to pick out that top corner. Almost does so. Definitely beats Cody Mizell here. But just can't curl the ball under the crossbar. But a great strike. And once again, a great break from Sacramento. But here we are again in these moments. We have 2 or 3 decent chances for Sacramento. We're going to have the run of the game. Got to capitalize.
Back to Shuttleworth. Well, New Mexico will make their second substitution, as Troy was saying. We'll go to his 25-year-old Jamaican national. It'll be Kevon Frater, who has 14 goals, 5 assists on the year. A big part of their offense as Bijev goes down in the midfield. Mohammed able to control it. Too heavy for Estrada.
There's chances here for Sacramento, in my opinion. Juan Pablo Guzman and as well as Salim Mohammed put pressure on those two guys. And Drew Skundrich is doing a great job. I think they're a bit vulnerable.
The battle of the midfield, it's been Jaime and Drew with the advantage in this first 56 minutes of this match.
I agree with you. I think it's a big advantage too. And that's really where the pressure is starting, and balls are being won, and second balls are being won, and possessions retained.
When you have Villarreal and Skundrich able to own the midfield, does that allow more pressure for Ini Voltson and Iwasa up top?
I wouldn't say it allows more pressure. I think it allows them to get the ball in decent, dangerous positions more often. And when you get guys like Ini Voltson and Iwasa in that gap between that black four and that holding midfielder, it's exactly where you want them to be in such a dangerous position and so difficult to defend because there's typically space between that back four and those players where they're able to take a turn and run at defenses.
What does this mean for New Mexico with David Estrada now out and Kevon Frater in?
I mean, with Kevon Frater coming in, obviously a guy can score goals. So clearly, the back five, including Jaime Villarreal, has got to take into consideration where Kevon Frater is going to be settling in here off that substitution.
Bijev. So 2 substitutions for Troy Lesane. A direct ball coming from Barona. Cameron Iwasa making that run toward goal. Muhammad Barona wins it, second ball. Bijev trying to find Andy Voltson, able to get the ball back. Has a couple of options, tries to weave it through. Stepping up is Jaime. Villarreal goes down. Republic won't get the call they're seeking, and Republic will continue to swarm. We've seen this for nearly an hour in this match. Can New Mexico keep it up? I mean, this is a relentless pressure we've seen from the midfield all the way up top. And now Troy Lassane will hope number 10, Kevon Frater, will be a guy to help relieve a bit of that. But really 2 good looks for United. They all came in the first 4 minutes of play. Guzman to the left side. Back to Santi Moore. Wien.
Great step again.
Bijev has Muhammad on the outside of the toe, but continues to step in a hard challenge. No whistle coming from Elton Garcia.
Not the best decision, in my opinion, there from Bijev with the outside of the right foot. He does a good job to continue that run and try to win the ball back quickly. And this is where it's dangerous. This gap right here for Kevon Frater.
Leaves it for Padilla. Padilla whipping this ball in to the head of Tainter.
Step. Villarreal once again.
And there's
just a bit lazy by Bijev, in my opinion.
in the middle for Guzman. Played Louisville City, OKC Energy. Limited minutes in both of those stops for the Colombian. Been the mainstay in this midfield for United. So with Kevon Frater now in, it allows a little bit more of an opportunity for trapping and pressure from United. He goes underneath, Wayne stays there. Monty Moore dropping. And Sacramento may be making a substitution of their own. This game is tied. Sandoval with the game's first goal in the first 10 seconds of play. And in the final minute of the first half, it was Kevin Aleman. Moving forward, Santi Moore. Kevon Frater, who just checked in, tries to play it a tad forward, battling with Deckel Kanan. And now a late shove coming from Kevon Frater was missed by Elton Garcia, but gonna let it go. So it'll be over for Vilen Bijev. Put in a pretty good shift, and now they're gonna add some energy off the bench. And Sam Warner, who had a fantastic second season as a professional, 6 goals, 4 assists for the Republic. And he's a guy that knows one speed, Kevin. That is, he goes hard, he goes fast. He's got skills with left and right feet. Do you like the substitution from Simon Elliott?
I do. I think good shift by Bijev, but really this could be a career-defining moment, in my opinion, for a guy like Sam Warner. He's been had such a good job so far this season for Sacramento. Scored some big goals, some big assists. But what bigger moment now? You got 30 minutes. Go make an impact, son. Go have some fun and do what you do best. Go at defenders, make them commit.
Well, this is his type of game, isn't it? Good, keeps a skill from Sandoval. Earning this ball back. Frater lets it through to Muhammad. Ball switch to Moore. Moore dribbling forward, finds Frater. Back to Muhammad. And Suggs. Guzman.
Well done. Again, Skundrich.
You're right, Skundrich set that up. Ball played over the top, looking for space, and Justin Schmidt had to cut it off. Cam brings that down, and Eni Voltson's likely got a look.
God, that's over Cam's other shoulder. He's in. But again, I'm going to go back to, Juan Pablo Guzman and Salim Muhammad. I think they're suspect in that midfield. Once again, Drew Skundrich picking the ball off those guys. put pressure on both of them, make them make decisions. And the ball's going to turn over.
Through ball, Weehan. Good stat by Barahona.
Clumsy challenge right there, not called.
They'll take it. Tell you what, Tate has had a bit of trouble holding Cam. See if he can take advantage of it in this last 27. Well done by Cameron Iwasa to draw the foul.
That was smart. Muhammad.
And here comes a booking. And if this is Chris Weehan, that's going to be his second, and that's going to be down to 10 men.
The yellow card has been issued in the 64th minute to number 14 from New Mexico United.
Didn't Weehan earn one earlier? Maybe it was Padilla. A booking was shown earlier in this match. A booking was shown earlier in this match. And it was before Padilla, because Padilla and Eni Voltson got into it. There was a second yellow card earlier in this match. There was one earlier which was shown, not who was attributed to. They're not giving it away. It's Chris Weehan maybe with his first now. Ball back to Mizell. Either way, we'll try to get that sorted out. Good step.
That's fine.
Jigs.
That's fine.
They got a foul. Savinelli doesn't appreciate it.
Yeah, Deckel, big Deckel's going through both man and ball. That's exactly what your center back to do in that situation. Hey, maybe you want to be a little more patient, but still, if you're going to go commit like that, Deckel can go right through the man, go through the ball. Make no mistake about it. Slow things down. Now you get yourself set.
Sandoval and Aliman with tonight's goals. Tate finding Weehan. And Weehan's such an attacking minded player. He has had to send that ball back a lot tonight, Kevin.
That's what you love to see if you're Sacramento. You want those guys as attacking players to be playing the ball backwards more often than not. Here's a head of steam coming at Sacramento, though.
Suggs angling in. Leaves it for Sandoval.
No foul.
Santi Moore looking to combine with Weehan. Weehan just outside, and there's Kevon Frater. Frater going to chip this one across. Sam Warner is there. Not a follow-up, though. Skundrich had to be careful. Nearly hit his hand. Muhammad.
Step.
Barahona defensively, this is probably the best we've seen him in a Republic uniform.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit. Going on international duty. He's coming back looking really sharp. Nice leave.
Eni Voltson turning. Doesn't have numbers, but they may have an opportunity to get one off. Aliman cutting with his left foot, looking for Iwasa. Almost an own goal as this one is sent away.
So dangerous as well. Kevin Aliman all night. It's looked great. And Kete with a great little touch right there. And a good little peeled off run by Cam Iwasa to the back post. And love seeing those guys on the same page connecting. As once again, a good breakout by Sacramento. Not sure Cam's going to end up getting that ball, but still, good touch.
Warner leaving it down under the foot of Skundrich, or excuse me, of Deckel Kanan. And a trip, and that is going to be a booking.
It's fine. Holding midfielder, doing his job again. There's been a lot of good performances out here tonight, Rob. Jaime's looked fantastic. Barahona's looked really, really strong. Skundrich has looked great, minus that one little attempt on the 6-yard box. Eni Voltson and Cam have looked pretty sharp, and Kevin Aliman's probably put in the best 65 minutes of his career so far in Sacramento tonight.
Eni Voltson and Iwasa, quite a duo, and since Thomas has joined the club on August 17th, 12 appearances, the team is now scoring 1.6 goals per game. 20 goals since he has joined, compared to 32 and 22 appearances prior to Eni Voltson. And more importantly, Kevin, it's another strong look up top other than just Cameron Iwasa. They've been one of the best duos in the Western Conference the last 3 months of the season. And they likely will be called on here for Public. Hope to move on. That's his veteran defending coming from Jordan McCrary. He bumps off the bigger, stronger Kevon Frater. Jordan McCrary, previously the Seattle Sounders MLS, made 20 appearances in 2018. And was signed earlier this year. Cam with a good idea, nobody in place. Skundrich again. Aleman moving forward, trip just outside of the 18, and we are going to see yellow.
From behind, I mean, by the rule of the book, doesn't matter if he's getting the ball or not, he's from behind. Once again, Kevin Aleman finding that little seam and then just going with speed and pace. Right here, that burst. Juan Guzman with the tackle from behind. Trailing legs too, pretty dangerous little effort from Guzman. He's pleading his case to no avail. And here's a good opportunity for Sacramento in a pretty dangerous position on the pitch.
What do you like?
Kevin Aleman, left-footed. I would love to see a left-footer over this ball, maybe even Sam Warner. But you're far enough away to get it up over the wall and down under the crossbar. Bit of an acute angle over in that corner of the 18-yard box. But look, you got Barahona. Is Barahona over there? He's walking away. But Kevin Aleman, Eni Voltson, as well as Sam Warner over this. Give it to the hot foot right now.
It's Barahona.
Is it Barahona? Oh, you're right. Kevin Aleman's in the penalty, yeah.
Aleman just north of the spot. Barahona lifts it high, gonna go direct and over the crossbar.
We'll love to see Kevin over that ball. Decent effort, like the idea. Execution is just not there. I think from that position, even in the pace of that ball, it's gonna take something right in the upper corner to even give Cody Mizell a scare. You gotta hit it a little bit harder. A decent idea nonetheless.
Republic continuing to get looks and opportunities, but this game remains tied at 1. Kevon Frater sprays it wide, handball. It will be Republic back with the set. Major League Soccer coming to Sacramento. Deposits are now on sale. Place your $50 deposit today. Secure your place in history and save your seat for the real yards. Fans can increase their MLS priority becoming a USL member today. For more information, MLS2Sac.com. Off the face of Warner. That'll be a throw for United.
Pin him in here, put some pressure. Make it hard for him to get out.
A lot of props to the Tower Bridge Battalion. They came out strong today. That section is completely full of TBB members. They were there at the press conference on Monday, part of the fan rally. This ball's played back from Declan Canaan to Shuttleworth. And they are continuing the excitement on a wonderful week for the city of Sacramento. After a long, hard battle, 5 years plus in the making, Sacramento is headed to MLS in 2022. And it was so great to hear from everybody. Amongst Kevin Nagel, Mayor Steinberg, of course, Matt Alvarez got up on stage and addressed the crowd. And Commissioner Don Garber as well, and the team was up there. Academy players, quite an event on Monday evening along the Capitol Mall. Kevon Frater and Mitchell Tainer is starting to pick up a little bit of battle. It's going to be something to watch between those two. Interesting you watching Sandoval and Kevon Frater. You've seen them flip a little bit, but Frater almost playing a little bit underneath at times.
Kind of withdrawn a little bit, playing that number 10 role.
Tay, a square ball, dangerous. Schmidt has to play it wide. Quick tap for Suggs. Over the top, Deckel Kanan giving chase, and he'll let it run out of play. Sacramento, since September, scoring more goals, have scored 14, or excuse me, have scored 15, however, have allowed 14. So, we got a tit tonight, and the average is still there, so it's a bit tighter. Republic able to pick up the scoring pace, but they've allowed teams to get behind them. But overall at home, they've been much better. 31 scored, 18 allowed here at Papa Murphy's Park since the start of the season. Republic going to clear this one.
Clear the line, step up.
Buddy Mizell. Guzman. Muhammad. Pressure coming. Mizell able to give it away, but it's Republic. And no foul drawn by Elton Garcia, not blowing his whistle. Skundrich trying to hold on to Kevon Frater's rolling downhill. Here's a chance, a save, another opportunity, and it's headed back by Deckel Kane and Mitchell Tainer, both able to get back and break that up. But Kevin, what a heart stopper that was for Republic fans.
Nervy moments right there, but really smart play by Deckel Kane. As once again, Camelwas is pushing down here.
Coming back the other way, we'll take you to live action. Cameron Watson with a cross in, and Mizell. He had Eni Volton on that back post.
Decent idea there. That's the right run. Too tight of an angle there. And I like the pace of the ball from Camelwas. But going back to that, yeah, Kevon Frater, excuse me, is driving down the heart of Sacramento, the spine. You'll look right here. It's Cam's ball served in, but Kevon Frater, freight train coming through. And a really smart play by Deckel Kane as that ball's bouncing. And I think Deckel's even on his chest still is able to nod it back to Bobby Shuttleworth after Bobby makes a pretty good save. Keep the ball in the back of the net, and Sacramento really, so far in the second half, the only opportunity for New Mexico to get in behind them. Miscommunication there. Too direct in my opinion too, even if there is the runs happening.
It was a 2-1 victory last time for United here at Papa Murphy's Park. Wien scored in the first 10 minutes on a pretty spectacular goal, then a wondrous goal by Daniel Bruce in the 89th minute, but it was also a night for Sam Warner. Had a couple of chances, was able to get one through. Republic had a few breaks at the end, just not go their way. And so it would be United who'd get the 3 points here. And Sacramento trying to bounce back from a couple of tough weeks. They've shown the energy tonight. They've been the better team.
Tell you what, one thing to think about here, 75 minutes in with easy.
Wien. Frater with a left-footed strike. Great ball, but good defending into the arms of Bobby Shuttleworth.
But the pace and energy has been so high from Sacramento for the majority of this game. You got to think, is there going to be some letdown in pace and energy in the final 15 minutes here? And what sort of substitutions is Simon and his staff thinking of here? Frankly, right now, I don't think it's broke, so don't fix it. Don't try to fix it. I'm trying to think, who would you take out? Who would you bring in?
We have Derek Formella.
I think he's still got the strongest lineup out there. The best players out there, attacking-wise, you got the players that are on the pitch.
Barona, maybe a little bit too heavy.
Just a little bit too lazy right now. A little bit lethargic. Good stuff, Cam.
Good ball through. Warner cutting it back in, colliding with Padilla. Ball played, run from Muhammad. from Sandoval. Along the touchline, stays in place, Gundry to the mark. Help from Barrona, back to Sandoval, to Padilla. Guzman finding Sandoval. Republic need to pick up some marks. Kevon Frater playing it through. Wien able to keep it. Padilla looked to serve this one back up to Wien again. Stays on side, playing it forward. Kevon Frater. Bit of a misstep. Guzman one more time to the left side. Suggs will give it a ride and out of play.
Sacramento's bailed out right there. Last couple of minutes, there's been a shift in momentum, in my opinion. I think New Mexico's finally kind of controlling the ball a little bit better. Pressure's not there from Sacramento. Like, that's slow right now, walking out. Some guys holding their knees, pulling their socks up.
You got a lot of activity along the Republic bench.
You need to dig deep right now. Final 10, 15 minutes of this match. Dig deep. What else you got left inside you? This is what you've been working all season for. Got to find a way to pull out some energy for the next 15 minutes.
United only have one more substitution after bringing Muhammad and Frater in. Republic have 2 as Warner replaced Bija. Second ball starting to go United's way.
I think they got a little bit more pep in their step.
Prairie. Olimont had a heck of a night.
Good job by Sacramento. Not turning that ball over.
Villarreal with room. Got Cam. Starts to collapse on him. A couple of white jerseys. McCrary. McCrary's going to give it a go.
The best decision. I think you got Kevin Elliman out there with you. Go at that left back, Josh Suggs. Make him commit. Get it over to Kevin. And then get out of his space and let Kevin do what he's been doing all game so far.
Cody Mizell being told to pick up the pace a bit. 81st minute, Kev. If this goes to 90 plus without a score from either side, it will mean 2 15-minute halves. And then from there, it would go to penalties. Frater. Santi Moore angling back in. Frater, the former Rising forward, didn't get a lot of time with Phoenix. Came off the bench primarily after having a solid season with Colorado Springs, 12 goals, 6 assists the year prior. He's found new life in New Mexico. Through ball to Sandoval, a little too easy right now. Good cutoff, Barrona. That was Aliman. Now Barrona on this left side with Warner. Warner is going to chip it up over the top. This ball is for Andy Voltson. Andy Voltson with a thunderous strike. Are you kidding? An unbelievable strike.
Oh my God.
From Thomas Andy Voltson, and half the crowd can't even believe it.
Oh my God, what a worldie. What a strike, Thomas Andy Voltson. Wonderful ball floated in from Sam Warner. And there's absolutely no angle there, and such a difficult skill, such a difficult technique for Thomas Andy Voltson. That ball's coming across his body in the air and absolutely laces the ball. Laces through the back of the ball, smashes it in the back post.
It took everyone a half a second to realize that went in. Sam Warner delivers it to the edge, right off the 6. Andy Voltson puts it home, and it's 2-1 Sacramento through the legs of Cody Mizell.
Finds the wickets. Oh, one of the best goals I've ever seen here at Papa Murphy's Park. What a strike, what a ball. You saw the run materialize up here too. You see Thomasini Voltson just peeling off that back post. And the Sam Warner just kind of casually taking the ball up and just lofts the ball perfectly. Perfect arc, perfect pace on that ball. And then for that ball to be struck as well as it was, such a difficult strike. World-class stuff from Thomasini Voltson. And here we go.
And the Danish striker, who was an MVP candidate with Orange County a season ago, did not work out well with Indy 11. Todd Donovan, the ownership group, said, let's go get us a striker. They made the move. Indy Voltson comes halfway through the year, and it's 9th goal since joining Sacramento.
What a finish, man. What an absolute strike.
I don't think I've ever heard you lose it in the middle of a goal like that. Unbelievable. Thomas Indy Voltson with a fantastic finish, and Sacramento now has the lead in the final 10 minutes, maybe less, here at Papa Murphy's Park. Tower Bridge Battalion going crazy. The rest of this crowd got off their feet, and look at the hustle from Thomasini Voltson, who continues to put Sacramento in a good place.
He's probably got some adrenaline pumping through that heart right now.
So
tell you what, though, the moment, everything about that, the skill, the technique, the finish, great stuff.
This crowd feeling it. One more substitution left for New Mexico. They're going to have to put all their chips in to try to tie this game up in the final moments. Moving forward, Chris Wien. Back heel, Wien again. Cut off by Deckel Kanan. And the former FC Cincinnati center back has played a solid match. Sam Warner. Collapse on him. Frater. Still Frater. Public have some defending to do. Guzman.
We're going to be in for a fun one here for the next 5-10 minutes, Rob.
Out of play, and the crowd loves it here at Papa Murphy's Park.
Kill the game, kill the game, kill the game if you're Sacramento. How
Well,
smart can you be when these balls come out? Take your time, let the game breathe.
Here is a substitution. Daniel Bruce, 2 goals on the season. One none bigger than what he was able to accomplish here on the road. And a game-winning goal back in July for the United that took down the Republic. He is into this match replacing Juan Pablo Guzman. Kevon Frater with a step. Bruce to his right. Bruce cuts it back in. And it's Skundrich who will put it toward the bench.
You let it breathe a little bit.
That's the 3rd and final substitution for New Mexico. Crowd wanted a foul, won't get it. Republic may be adding to this back line to try to kill this game. Ball served in to Kevon Frater, takes a deflection, and it's saved by Bobby Shuttleworth. Daniel Bruce got ahead on it.
Yeah, Daniel Bruce coming in, making an impact already. Nervy moments.
Well, the Englishman has come in pretty big opportunities for this United team, and nearly able to get one on frame, and Bobby Shuttleworth to make the stop.
Good defensive effort from Barahona there too, making it difficult for Sandoval.
And Aliman and Iwasa not on the same page. And we may see a substitution from Sacramento at the next opportune time. Harris Hansopoulos. Suggs. Sick. And just in the corner for Suggs and try to keep it in play. Good battle. It's been Kevin Aliman who has been spectacular. Got the first goal for the Republic. Keeps it in play to Indy Voltson, who will play it out. And now the substitution will come in as Elton Garcia. And blows his whistle, so it's Hansopoulos, Greek born but raised in Germany, made his way to Sacramento during the off-season from Finland. And now he comes in.
But no, look at this. Oh. Well, imagine how that ball felt coming off his foot, man. What a strike.
Well, now it will be taken out. So Thomas Enevoldsen getting a standing ovation from this crowd as Harris Hansopoulos into this match to add a bit of defensive effort. Meanwhile, there is a Republic player on the turf. And it appears to be Kevin Aliman.
Looks like he's cramping up a little bit, got some calf issues.
And they do
stretch
have
out.
One more substitution.
Interesting decision here, though. So obviously you're taking Enevoldsen now, taking that attacking player in for a defensive player. And with the height and ability of Hansopoulos, it's got to be, you know, in thought as a defensive move for his aerial ability, where balls are most likely going to start to just be lumped in the box by New Mexico for the final 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever the extra time's going to be. And Hansopoulos, come in there, know your job, know your responsibilities. This is when you start making substitutions late in the game like this. All of a sudden, the set pieces, who's responsible for whom becomes an issue. So hopefully Harris has an idea right now, had a good talking to from Simon and his staff, Mr. Zemer, on whose responsibilities are whose. And it looks like he's even talking right now to Sam Warner just to clear things up a little bit formation-wise and also make sure that these guys know who's marking whom.
Well, as you see, it might be near 4 in the back. There should be 5 in the back.
Yeah, that's where you got to breathe, too.
Ball whipped in. Out left. Into the 18. Trying to find an angle. Santi Moore. Deckel Kanan.
Well done. See how Cam can do here.
Cam being held. Stays on his feet. And he's pushed down as he's inside by Justin Schmidt. And might be Elton Garcia going to the pocket and does. And Elton will give Justin Schmidt a yellow card.
And that's a big play by your captain right there. You know, we're in the 90th minute of this game. Cam gets the ball. He's got 3 or 4 New Mexico defenders behind or around him, surrounding. Does a great job, able to snake through, draws the foul, kills 30 to 45 seconds off the clock, move the ball up the field. Great job by Cam Iwasa.
And 4 minutes of stoppage time brought to you by Rayleigh's Something Extra Rewards Program. Earn points every time you shop. Sign up today at Rayleighs.com. So ball set into that corner. Probably going to pick up a second ball here.
Well done, Jaime. See how well they can move the ball around now.
Bit of desperation. There's less than 4 minutes remain for this New Mexico side.
Yes.
He's able to sneak into the playoffs, and now we'll try to sneak one late. Cam. Just circling around. He may get a good shot on goal. Iwasa.
Pull the trigger, Cam.
May have been looking for Sam Warner. Goal would have put this thing away.
Let it breathe, Hansopoulos.
Thomas Enevoldsen with a wondrous goal to make it 2-1 here for the Republic. An assist from Sam Warner. Aliman got one just before the half ended. The game's first goal was Devin Sandoval in the first 10 seconds of action. Mohammed played for Todd Donovan with the Deltas. Devon Frater switching the field, looking for Bruce. Played away by Barona, and a collision. And Sam Warner is going to take one into the chest. Padilla, and now there's some shoving between the two sides. And Barona a bit upset. But I think we might see yellow for both. And if there is yellow for Padilla, that would put the United down to 10 men.
Sam Warner's got to be careful. It's a late foul. And really, I don't think there's any reason for him to go this hard in this position.
That is Warner. There will not be one-handed to Padilla.
Yeah, there's definitely a late kick here by Padilla. A little extracurriculars, if you will, right there. It's unnecessary.
But a set piece for Chris Wien, one of the best in the business. He was on the MVP list with 12 goals, 8 assists in 2017, and in 2018.
Set pieces
he was
here.
Quite good and had opportunities with the Earthquakes as well. Big time moment here in this match is Cody Mizell has come up to the 18-yard line as well. Wien delivering this back post will sail a bit wide, and what a break for Sacramento. A missed opportunity for the United, and Bobby Shuttleworth and company will take their time.
Very lucky for Sacramento as Chris Wien's set piece leaves something to be desired. Sac's able to clear their lines.
This crowd into it, standing, waiting to hear that final whistle from Elton Garcia. Decent job by Iwasa, and they're going to be a foul spotted back.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a foul spotted all the way back. Bills more time. Aliman screaming directions.
Got Cody Mizell running up goalkeeper. You got, everyone rolling up the pitch.
Iwasa.
True captain, ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
And there's the final whistle. Sacramento is moving on. They take down the United in the play-on round. And they will take on the Reno 1868 Saturday in Nevada. The Republic got out a performance here. Thomas Ene-Voltson with the game-winning strike. And they advance to the Western Conference quarterfinals. What a contest here, Kevin, at Papa Murphy's Park.
What a night. What a night, man. I tell you what, the first 15 seconds, didn't think it was going to go our way, but look at us now. Great energy. Great job by Sacramento. Great character for sticking with it. And look at us now, 2-1 victory with one of the best goals we've ever seen here at Papa Murphy's Park by Thomas Ene-Voltson. What a night.
Republic highlights and stats coming up right after this. Republic taking it here at home, 2-1 against the New Mexico United.
Major League Soccer is coming to Sacramento, and deposits are now on sale. Be sure to place that $50 deposit tonight. Secure your place in history and save your seat for the rail yards. Fans can increase their MLS priority by becoming a USL member today. For more information, visit the member tent behind Section 110 or MLS2sac.com. And now down to Connor with the man of the match.
Hey, thanks, Jamie. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that win, huh? Yes. It is time to meet our man of the match. It's number 23, Thomas Ene-Voltson, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas, you guys gave up an early goal, but you never gave up. Talk about the resilience of this club here tonight.
That's playoff character. With the difficult start, they scored out of 20 seconds. We barely touched the ball, but playoff character. We strive from the first minute and all the way through.
Talk to me about the unbelievable goal, the cross from Sam Werner, the one-timer in the back of the net. What was going through your mind as that ball was in the air on your way to you?
Republic are moving on to the quarterfinals to take on Reno 1868. Let's take a look at how they did it. The final highlights brought to you by NorCal Honda. Early on, Kevin, a devastating start for Sacramento off the first kick. Sati Moore able to find Devin Sandoval, and it's 1-0, 30 seconds in.
Yeah, I mean, as a Shakespearean novel, tragedy struck early for Sacramento. Is just not people not tracking the runners, and then Mitchell Tanner, very uncharacteristic mistake for could have been considered an own goal. And then here's a great job by Sacramento. I tell you, the character for these guys in that first half and the second half. First goal for Kevin Aliman, just crosses the line, I believe, but still love that run by Drew Skundrich. Just takes the defender, Justin Schmidt, with him, and allows an open opportunity for Kevin Aliman to get his right foot on the ball, put it in the back of the net.
And that was right at the break. It would go 1-1. Sacramento with several other chances. This one would tag the crossbar, Aliman near a brace.
Yeah, I tell you what, probably the best match that we've seen from Kevin Aliman in his year and a half, 2 years that he's been in Sacramento. And I can't say enough about this. This ball is so hard to strike. He's got no angle. That ball has no business going in the back of the net. And Thomas Voltson just absolutely puts his laces through the back of the ball. Why not? Have a go, son. Put it in the back of the net, find some wickets on Cody Mizell. Great finish, and what a moment. What a moment to remember for Thomasini Voltson.
Said the biggest stars perform on the biggest stages. That's exactly what we saw here this evening from Thomasini Voltson, Kevin Aliman. Cameron Watson didn't get a goal, but a fantastic performance. The midfield, to me, was a difference maker. Jaime Villarreal and Drew Skundrich.
Yeah, Drew Skundrich did a great job. Jaime Villarreal, all the dirty work, really, that you're not going to really find on the stat sheet, at least this stat sheet, in my opinion. But I tell you what, both those guys, fantastic. Through the spine of this pitch. Bobby Shuttleworth, a good save in a big moment. Cam Iwasa, great job. And then your midfield. I mean, what a performance by a lot of guys here tonight.
Final stats brought to you by Smud. Circle this right now. 18 shots, 7 on target, Kevin.
Yeah, good numbers for them. Like to see that number be a little bit higher, your shots on target. But still, the possession number looks a little skewed in my opinion. I thought Sacramento had a little bit more. But nonetheless, the only stats that matter is that top one. So 2-1 for Sacramento. Moving on to the next round. Let's put a run together, Rob. Come on, man. This is a great opportunity for Sacramento. Let's get behind these guys.
This might be the team to just do that. And here is our Papa Murphy's man of the match. This strike will go down as one of the all-time great Sacramento history. Thomas Voltson, his 9th on the 2019 campaign. Can't be any bigger than that one.
You talk about a signing, a mid-year signing, a little boost for your squad. Thomas Voltson, probably the best mid-year signing that we've seen in Sacramento's history. And what a moment for a player like Thomas Voltson to really kind of put his name in the record books here in Sacramento.
Power image of the match, BJ giving some love to Kevin Aliman, who had a fantastic evening. And cannot say enough of what he did. Not really the one kind of mistake, he didn't properly pick up Devin Sandoval in that first 30 seconds. Other than that, outstanding from Kevin Aliman. What a night here at Papa Murphy's Park, and it's not going to stop. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket here, brought to you by Western Health. And that means the Republic will move on and take on the Reno 1868 in Nevada Saturday. Austin Bold, that means they're taking on the Rising. You know, Austin was likely cheering on United here tonight, but that's not going to be the case. And so should have a good match in Reno. That game will be brought to you on the My 58. Goldie and I will be there with you. But Kevin, final thoughts here as we about to set out from Sacramento.
Hate to say it, but I love that matchup against Reno. Can't wait for Saturday night.
Going to be an absolutely fun one in the Silver State. Want to thank everyone behind the scenes here. Thank our producer, Abe Aponte. For Kevin Goldthwait, I'm Rob McAllister. The Republic are moving on to the quarterfinals Saturday against Reno. We'll see you. More details to come. Great night here. Annie Voltson, Aliman with key goals. Sacramento win 2-1 here at Papa Murphy's Park.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.